All right, Shalom. Shalom, first and foremost. I want to start by giving all honor and all glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Akakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who I learned this truth from. And Shalom to the sincere Akim pushing his word in truth and sincerity. And Shalom to the very few Akwaf that listen and learn as well. And I just wanted to touch on this video clip I came across on YouTube based out of South Lake, Texas, which is near Dallas. Uh, the title reads South Lake, affluent Texas suburbanites turn on their own in a fight over race. Hey, those race wars are coming. That civil war is coming. Hey, war is in the air, man. And but that's not what this lesson is about. I just want to touch on you Israelites, man, you Jakes, hey, this is not your rest. America, which is known as Babylon the Great in the scriptures, is not your rest. Yahweh Shem Shai didn't bring us here to prosper. He didn't bring us here to live amongst our enemies, to cohabitate with our enemies, and the chief enemy is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. That's not what we brought over here. We brought over here as a punishment. We brought over here as a sentence to serve our punishment for rebelling against Yahweh Shem Shai, man. All right, and that's the thing that you Jakes must understand. We're not meant to cohabitate with Esau Edom, who is the devil according to the Bibles. All right, he is our arch enemy. Yahweh Shem Shai separated us, man. Let's go ahead and get to this clip, get some precepts. Lord willing, this be edifying.
I love this. All the seniors for a year got this little picture. The original print is of a white little girl, for Kaylee. They colored her in a little bit. While everything looked wonderful, there was a part of her that was struggling that I didn't realize. She thought this is what it's like to be black in America. And then when she went off to college, she realized, no, it's more of what it's like to be black in South Lake. December of 2000, we moved here. It was just a feeling that you had struck gold. Excellent schools, excellent athletics.
A place where people have come to prosper, to really achieve the American dream.
We had
And just to quickly say, this came out September 3rd, 2021. And if you're a Negro, Latino, Native American, still believing in the American dream, you are absolutely deceived and you're through, man. All right, because even Esau Edom knows that the American dream is over, man. His so-called Edomite privilege, white privilege, privilege is over. It's through. But it's you niggas, Latinos, and Native Americans who still believe in this place. You still trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Beautiful home, a beautiful community, wonderful friends.
It's about raising a family in the best place that you can find. And I found South Lake.
And in South Lake, a student-led protest.
It wasn't until my daughter went off to college that I started to hear things.
For the second time in a matter of months,
students from South Lake caught on camera using racial slurs.
It's been covered up for a very long time.
Policy changes.
Racism in reverse is racism.
I'm strongly against critical race theory.
I mean, it is a nice place to live if you're willing to overlook what's underneath the surface.
South Lake, Texas, a suburb 30 miles northwest of Dallas, population of 32,000. The average house goes for over $1 million. The typical family makes around $240,000. It's home to high-powered executives, pro athletes, and the upwardly mobile. At Carroll Independent School District, students sweep state championships, and it's consistently ranked among the top school districts in Texas. In 2020, about 2/3 of Southlake voters backed Donald Trump. Nearly 3 out of 4 of its residents are white, but that's changing. In the last few decades, Southlake has seen a growing Asian and Latino population. Hundreds of black families have also moved in, but they still make up less than 2% of residents here.
You know what's funny? When I talk to my friends, their children, their dream is to go off, see a little of the world, and then come back home to Southlake. And I don't have a child like that. They just want out of here. So this is my oldest, Shani, and she is a doctor and she's doing a fellowship at Vanderbilt. This is Kaylee, just finishing up a master's program. She has a double business degree at Syracuse. Then this is Kayan. He's a freshman.
You see, and that's the issue with you, Jakes, man. You trust, in the what do you call it? The knowledge of Esau Edom, man. All right, when the knowledge of Yahweh Shemel Shai is all that we need. All right, our power is all that we need. All right, we're in this position, being set in these positions where you even have to go and make a documentary about this, shows that we're underneath the curses. Shows that we're in the worst case scenario, man. That you actually have to, make a documentary on so-called racism, which Esau Edom isn't doing anything wrong. All right, he's programmed to be racist. He's programmed to be the wicked. All right, and that's another thing you Jakes got to understand as well, man. Really quick, let's grab Micah 2:10, and it reads, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." All right, this is not your rest, man. Living in Southlake in the suburbs, in Texas, is not your rest, man. All right, and I'm originally from the West Coast, but I moved to Texas about 4 years ago. All right, and it was a culture shock, man. Because coming from the West Coast, Esau Edom is more. He's more plays the background, with this so-called racism. But in the South, Esau Edom lets it all hang out, man. All right, and the South is very segregated still. Especially in Texas, man. Each major city, whether it be Dallas, whether it be San Antonio, whether it be Houston, it's very segregated versus the East and West Coast, where the nations pretty much live amongst each other. But in the South, man, it's you got you got Jake on one side, Esau on one side, you got Northern Kingdom on one side, and then all the other heathens on another side, man. All right, so this proves the scriptures to be true. Yahweh Shemel Shai separating the nations. Reading on, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. All right, so following the ways of America, aka Babylon, is going to destroy you. All right.
At Rice, and this is TJ. He's a sophomore at Carroll High School. They've done very well here, but they all have also suffered from some of the problems in our school district. My kids have scars from going to school here, and that should not happen.
And just to quickly say, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, it would save you tears and disappointment if you knew the knowledge of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, because if you understood that Esau Edom was created, he was programmed, all right, to be the way he is. He was programmed to hate you. He was programmed to be against you. He was programmed to call you know, proverbs, you know, call you the N word, call you niggers and spicks and tontos. All right, Esau is on. You have to understand that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, who you dearly look up to, he's programmed, man. You see, he's on a just like you have a video game and you have a certain character that was made in that video game to be, you know, the bad guy, the wicked. That's Esau Edom. Yahweh Shemal Shai literally programmed this man to be the way he is.
I remember when I moved to South Lake, it was 2017. Oh, actually, it was lonely for a long time. I would just float around the school, not really speaking to a lot of people. When I got my acceptance letter from USF, I just knew that that was where I had to go. I didn't apply to any schools in Texas because I knew that's not where I wanted to be. It's a really cool school, and they have like a lot of programs to support Black students. At the end of the day, I'll never.
All right, so you see, we'll end it off here. You see Jake, you know, wanting to get away from the South and run to the West Coast. You know, she wanted to go to San Francisco State, and I'm from the West Coast, and I'm gonna tell you, Jakes, it isn't any different. And on the West Coast, man, Esau Edom's going to be Esau Edom. This is Baruch 3:8, and it reads, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity." All right, yet to this day, today, as we speak, we're in captivity underneath Esau Edom. All right, but that's getting ready to be reversed. That's getting ready to change really soon. Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. All right. So we've been scattered. The Israelites have been scattered into all nations for a reproach and a curse. Why? Because we disobeyed Yahweh Shemal Shai.
Never be like one of those Carroll alumni who's like, I was a dragon. I loved being a dragon. Like I had the greatest experience. Out of all the things that you have to deal with as a high schooler, it's already hard enough. But to deal with a whole like chunk of racism on top of that, it's just not fair.
So I'm going to all right.
Text messages about this video. Is it true? Are these really South Lake kids?
It was just after homecoming. I just remember a lot of people were posting it on their stories, reposting it. Some of the people that had posted it were contacted by the school and told to take the videos down.
To see some kids having a good time, basically at the expense of my children, hurts. They might have meant no harm, but they caused harm.
Our core values do mean something here at Carroll ISD. As dragons, we expect excellence, and that begins with how we treat each other. So with that, I will open the floor to public comments.
So the video came out, then there was a lot of discussion on what to do now.
My children were told growing up in this school district when Rosa Parks died, they were told, Rosa Parks is dead. You all have to sit in the back of the bus. My oldest son was told in 6th grade, hey, Frankie, how do you get a black out of a tree? You cut the rope. When he was in the 5th grade, a young boy told him, hey, Brandon, why are you even here? Why don't you just go back to Africa?
And she kept poking him with a pencil, saying, you can't feel this because you've got that tough black skin, until the pencil lead broke into his skin.
People are looking at this one incident saying, wow.
All right, so, hey, you know, you Jakes, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man, this ain't your rest. You know, you've gotten that old lion that's crouched down. You got comfortable here in your captivity and forgotten Who brought you over here, man? For you forgotten who your enemy is. Esau Edom. All right, that's the chief enemy, and all the other nations. This is Proverbs 3:31, and it reads, "Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways." None. All right. That means wanting to, you know, move to the suburbs, you know, be amongst these devils, you know, be in a community watch meetings, you know, being all these different, you know, things that these heathens take part in. All right, choose none of the oppressor's ways. You know, you Jakes, you want to be you really you look up to Esau Edom, man. You want to be just like Esau Edom when these devils can't stand you. All right, they're looking to take you out and wage war against you as we speak. They're gearing up for civil war and these race wars as we speak. But you want to be, you know, you want to live amongst these devils. All right, and a lot of you Jays gonna get put to death living in these rural areas amongst these Edomites. All right, living in these suburbs amongst these Edomites, because once all hell breaks loose, guess whose door they're going to come knocking on? All right, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans who want to live amongst these damn devils, man. This is Ezekiel 35:3, and it reads, "And I say unto you, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee." All right, so the Lord is against your friend Esau Edom. Speaking to you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, that is Mount Seir. Your modern day Mount Seir is your so-called white person. All right, I am against thee. So Yahweh Shema Shai is against these devils, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. He's doing that now. All right, in all your major inner cities, you got these Edomites, you know, strung out on opioids and fentanyl. All right, they're being made desolate, being brought low. Ezekiel 35:4, and I will lay thy cities waste. All right, all your major inner cities are looking like third world countries, man. And that's Yahweh Shema Shai doing that. And thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. All right, the perpetual means an ongoing or everlasting hatred. You know, a lot of you Jakes think you can you know, woo the white man, all right, win him over. You know, move into his neighborhoods and act like law-abiding citizens. That doesn't matter. These devils still hate you, you niggas, man. They don't want to be around you. They don't want you in their neighborhoods. They don't want you. They don't want your daughters talking to their sons. They don't want their sons talking to your daughters. They don't want you playing on your kids playing on their kids' playground. All right. I don't get why you Jakes don't understand that, man. And I shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their calamity had an end. All right? So these devils love shedding the blood of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? That's all they want to do to you. They don't want to live amongst you. They want to shed your blood, man. All right? This isn't our rest. Our rest is in the kingdom of heaven, man. The kingdom of Yasharallah. That is going to be our rest. Not here in this cesspool hellhole called America, man. All right? Just because you so-called made it and you know, you done moved up like the Jeffersons, man, doesn't mean that you're in your rest. All right? You just been given a little something in hell. You see? That's it, man. This isn't our rest over here. That's why you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans in September 3rd, 2021, we're still talking about racism. We're still talking about kids, you know, Edomite kids hating Israelite kids, man. All right? It's all scriptural. And it off here in Hosea 6:1, and it reads, "Come and let us return unto the Lord Yahweh." All right, that's what you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans should be doing, seeking out your power, looking to return unto Him. All right, because we're at the end of this thing. We're at the end of Esau Edom's rulership, man. All right, those little houses and cars and possessions you have on this side are getting ready to be destroyed. For He hath torn, and He will heal us. All right, Yahweh Shemar Shai send us into captivity for our punishment. But guess what? He's gonna heal us, man. All right, we're being healed now. That's why you see this word going out. He hath smitten, and He will bind us up. Hosea 6:2. After 2 days will He revive us, and then the third day He will raise us up. We're being raised up. That's why you see you had the elders back in the 70s come on the scene with this word. That's because we were raised up, man. Yahweh Shema Shai raised us up out of that slumber. And we shall live in His sight, man. And that's what we're doing now. All right, we're actually alive, because thinking that you're going to partake in the American dream as a Negro, Latino, Native American, you're in the Walking Dead. All right, you're in a dead state, thinking that you're going to prosper in Esau Edom's kingdom. All right, wasn't set up that way, man. None of the laws in this country were set up for you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans to thrive. You see, this isn't our rest, man. And with that, Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. Till next time, Shalom.